Good morning, students. Today we have two examples of circular motion in which centripetal force plays a significant role. So, second example, yesterday I discussed bending of cyclist. That was the first example. Second example is circular motion of a car on a level road. We know straight line is the natural direction of motion. When you kick a football, it will move in a straight line. So straight line is natural direction of motion. When a vehicle is traveling on a straight road, it's this is tire of a vehicle and it is velocity. When you come across a curved road, you will apply force with the help of steering on the wheel to change their direction. So initially this wheel was moving in this direction with velocity v. Now there is a curve. ये रोड जो है इधर मुड़ गया. So now you will rotate steering of the vehicle, and uh, when steering is rotated turn, then the direction of motion of wheel will change. ये इस तरफ तुमने फोर्स लगाई और इसकी डायरेक्शन इधर इधर फोर्स लगाई विद द हेल्प ऑफ स्टीयरिंग. So this wheel will not travel in this direction with velocity v. Now this wheel will have strong tendency to regain its natural direction of motion. ये व्हील जो है it will try to move in this direction, इस तरफ, और ये फिर से ऐसे स्ट्रेट होना चाहेगा. So we can say it has a tendency to regain the initial direction of motion, ये. So this force will act on the wheel, which will tend to bring this wheel towards this direction because of this force. इधर straight line path में आना चाहिए. So when a force tends to move wheel in this direction, friction will oppose this tendency. So इस तरफ फ्रिक्शन होगा जो कि टायर को इधर आने से रोकेगा. And direction of this force is towards the center of this curve. This is curved road. If you look carefully, the center of this curve will be somewhere here. So this force of friction is acting towards the center of this curve. So it will provide necessary centripetal force for the vehicle. So therefore, when a vehicle negotiates a turn, the necessary centripetal force is provided by the friction between tires and the road. So it is a vehicle, and suppose this is the center of curvature. I have discussed with you yesterday that if this is road and then it turns in this direction, so from A to B, vehicle will move on a curved path. So this curve is a part of this circle, and this is the center of the circle. So this is called center of curvature. That is center of this arc AB, of which center of this center of this circle of which AB is a part is called center of curvature, and it is radius of curvature. So say this is the center of curvature of the curved road, and ये आपकी सर. It is car and this road is leveled. This force mg will act in downward direction. It is force due to gravity. Tires will press road with a force and with some force, and road will exert equal and opposite force on the tires in upward direction. Say this is R1 normal reaction. On this tire, normal reaction is R2. हो सकता है इस तरफ कोई सवारी नहीं बैठी हो, इधर ही सवारी बैठी हो, ड्राइवर अकेला ही है, तो इस टायर के ऊपर प्रेशर ज़्यादा होगा, दबाव ज़्यादा डलेगा, तो यहाँ पे ज़्यादा फोर्स लगेगी ग्राउंड के ऊपर और रिएक्शन भी ज़्यादा होगा. So they may be equal and they may also be different in values. So these are the normal reactions, forces exerted by the road on the tires. So when this vehicle is turning in this direction, so wheel will be turned in this direction. They will have tendency to regain their natural direction of motion. So this tendency will be opposed by friction. This tire and this tire, this is inner, this is outer, both tires will experience force toward the center. So these two forces will provide necessary centripetal force for the car. So F1 force is mu into R1. This force of friction F2 is mu into R2. So total force acting towards the center of the curvature is F equal to F1 plus F2. Substitute values of F1 and F2. We get F is equal to mu R1 plus R2. So R1 plus R2, these two forces R1 plus R2, they will be equal to mg for equilibrium of this vehicle. So R1 plus R2 is equal to mg. How much force is required by this vehicle to negotiate this curve? F is equal to mv square by r. So equate these two forces. So mb square upon r, this is equal to mu mg. M and m, they will cancel out, and b is equal to mu rg under the root. Now I would like to remind you about required centripetal force. Required centripetal force is given by mb square by r. Suppose mass of vehicle is 1000 kg. The speed with which this vehicle is negotiating a turn is 20 meter per second. So 20 meter per second square. Radius of curvature is suppose 40 meter. So on calculation, F comes out 10,000 Newton. So in order to negotiate a curve of radius 40 meter with speed 20 meter per second, this much force must act towards the center. It means friction should be 10,000 Newton. If the friction is less than this required centripetal force 10,000, then this vehicle will skid away. So if required centripetal force is mb square by r, then this friction should be equal to mb square by r. So both should be equal. In case your friction is 9,000, this vehicle cannot successfully negotiate this turn. For successful negotiation of a curve, they must be equal. Third example of centripetal force is banking off-road. You might have seen a curved road is raised, the outer edge of a curved road is raised with respect to inner edge. This raising is very small, but it helps in increasing the speed of a vehicle on a curved road. It is done to increase maximum safe speed of the vehicle. Because see here, if we increase speed of vehicle on curved road, v बढ़ेगा तो ये भी बढ़ेगा. Let us suppose speed 20 से 21 कर दी. Now required centripetal force will be 11,000 Newton. Initially it was 10,000 Newton. जब वेलोसिटी स्पीड 20 मीटर पर सेकेंड थी, नाउ व्हेन स्पीड हैज़ इंक्रीज टू 21 मीटर पर सेकेंड, now required centripetal force is 11,000 Newton. So as I told you, if friction is 10,000, then this vehicle can safely negotiate a turn with this speed, not with this speed, because to negotiate the curve with this speed, more centripetal force is required. Here, the centripetal force which is provided by friction is only 10,000. Therefore, speed of a vehicle should not exceed 20 meter per second if friction is 10,000. Now, banking of road is done to increase the maximum safe speed of a vehicle. So let us suppose r is radius of curvature, theta angle of banking, m mass of vehicle, v speed of vehicle on curved road, h is height of outer edge with respect to inner edge, L breadth of road, and R normal reaction, and small f is friction. I'm sorry, this is the figure. So this is center of curvature, this is curved road, and this is inner edge, this is outer edge. So outer edge इतना ऊपर उठा दिया by height h. ये व्हीकल जो है जब इस ढलानदार सड़क के ऊपर खड़ा होगा, सो नॉर्मल रिएक्शन भी टेढ़ा हो जाएगा. दिस इज वेट ऑफ द व्हीकल विच विल एक्ट वर्टिकली डाउनवर्ड. रोड is inclined, so this is the normal reaction. It is perpendicular to the road like this. So this is normal reaction. So this normal reaction will split into two parts. R, this angle is theta, this angle will also be theta, as you know angle between two lines and angle between their perpendiculars are equal. So this angle is theta. Resolve R into rectangular components. This is R cos theta, this is R sin theta according to parallelogram law of vector addition. This is the resultant of these two components. Now this vertical component of R which is R cos theta and mg, they are in opposite direction, so they will try to balance each other. This is length या width of road equal to L. H is the height by which outer edge is raised with respect to inner edge, and this is angle of banking. This is force of friction between tire and road. You know friction is always tangent to the two surfaces in contact. तो ये सड़क और ये आपका टायर, इनके दोनों का कॉमन टेंजेंट है. This angle is theta, so split R F into friction into two components, F cos theta and F sin theta. So these two forces, R sin theta and F cos theta, they are acting towards center of curvature. So these two forces will provide necessary centripetal force. In case of level road, F used to provide centripetal force. Here instead of F, friction का एक component center की तरफ act करेगा and normal reaction का ये component towards center. Since normal reaction is very large, व्हीकल का भार काफ़ी ज़्यादा होता है, तो ये कंपोनेंट जो है इसकी वैल्यू काफ़ी ज़्यादा होगी. सो लार्ज फोर्स विल एक्ट टूवर्ड द सेंटर ड्यू टू विच सेफ स्पीड ऑफ व्हीकल ऑन कर्व पाथ इज इंक्रीज. So forces acting toward the center are sin theta and F cos theta. So these two forces, they are acting towards center of the curvature. They will provide centripetal force. This is the required centripetal force. Then for vertical equilibrium, r cos theta is equal to mg plus f sin theta. This force is also acting in downward direction. So there are two forces acting in downward direction, f sin theta and mg. So mg plus f sin theta is equal to r cos theta. So this is r cos theta is equal to mg plus f sin theta. इस टर्म को इधर ले आइए. So you will get this. Then divide this equation number 1 by equation number 2. So ये आ जाएगा r sin theta plus f cos theta divided by this r cos theta minus f sin theta is equal to mb square by r divided by mg. ये कैंसिल, v square अपॉन आर जी रहेगा इधर. This f is equal to mu into r. So this is value of f. This is value of f. So take common r cos theta in numerator and denominator. r cos theta कॉमन लेंगे तो यहाँ रह जाएगा sin theta अपॉन cos theta. यहाँ से r cos theta कॉमन लेंगे, it is only mu. Similarly take r cos theta common in the denominator. ये दोनों they will cancel. This is tan theta plus mu and this is 1 minus mu tan theta. Take this rg on the right hand side or cross multiply, then v is equal given by v is equal to this. If mu is equal to 0, v will be equal to rg tan theta. Friction is not a reliable force. We can't rely on friction for centripetal force because on rainy day friction between tires and the road will decrease. So we will have to be cautious while negotiating a curved path on rainy day. And if there is some if there is spilling of oil etc on the curved road, again friction will decrease. So we can say we cannot rely on the friction for centripetal force. So we create another force by banking of road. One component of normal reaction will provide centripetal force. Now from this squaring both sides you will get v square upon r is equal to tan theta. From this triangle tan theta is h upon OB. Base, this is hypotenuse is L square. From Pythagoras theorem this OB is equal to L square minus h square. Since your h is very small, although यहाँ पे मैंने h बहुत बड़ा दिखाया है लेकिन इतना ज़्यादा नहीं होता. So h is less than L, so we can neglect h square in the denominator. If we neglect h square, then denominator becomes L square under the root, which is equal to L. So right hand side becomes h by L, and from here h is equal to v square L upon rg. So it gives us a value of h by which the outer edge of the road must be increased with respect to the inner edge. Now some numericals on circular motion. Speed of a train is 36 km per hour. It will be 10 meter per second if you change units. Radius of curvature is 1000 meter. Distance between the two rails is 1.5 meter. To find out the elevation of outer rail, okay, by how much height the outer rail must be raised with respect to the inner rail. जैसे हम सड़क आउटर एज रेज करते हैं मोड़ पे, बिल्कुल वैसे ही हम ट्रेन की आउटर पटड़ी को थोड़ा सा रेल को ऊंचा करेगी. सो वी हैव टू कैलकुलेट द हाइट. सो इट इज ब्रेड्थ ऑफ द railway track. So we just derive that h is equal to v square L upon rg. So substitute value. So it will be 15 millimeter. Just इतनी सी इंक्रीज करेंगे हम आउटर एज की 15 mm, जो कि बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं है. यू कैन safely have a speed of 10 meter per second on that curved circular track, curved track. Another question. Radius of curvature is 300 meter and angle of banking is 15 degree. Coefficient of friction between tire and road is equal to 0.2. Find optimum speed and second maximum speed. By optimum speed means we will ignore friction. The speed if we neglect friction. कि friction नहीं है. तो if there is no friction, then from this relation put mu is equal to 0. If mu is equal to 0, then v comes out root of rg tan theta. So it gives us optimum speed. लेकिन there is friction which also acts towards the center. तो सेंट्रीपिटल फोर्स बढ़ जाएगी तो उससे स्पीड भी व्हीकल की बढ़ जाएगी, तो वो मैक्सिमम स्पीड आ गई. सो ऑप्टिमम स्पीड इज ओ फॉर ऑप्टिमम, इट इज आर जी टेन थीटा, और ये वी स्क्वायर वी ऑप्टिमम स्क्वायर अपॉन आर जी इज इक्वल टू टेन थीटा, और फ्रॉम हियर वी नॉट और ऑप्टिमम स्पीड इज इक्वल टू आर जी टेन थीटा. सो ऑन सब्स्टिट्यूटिंग वैल्यूज ऑफ आर जी एंड टेन थीटा, ये it comes out 28.1 meter per second. If you want to calculate the maximum speed, then we will take into account friction. So if friction is taken into account, V maximum is given by this. So again substitute values, it will be 38.1 meter per second. Now couple of miscellaneous problems, multiple choice questions. A horizontal force of 10 Newton is necessary to hold this block stationary against this wall. Mu between the wall and this block is given 0.2. Find weight of this block. So this is the force exerted on the block, and block will exert same force on the wall. Then wall will exert equal force in opposite direction. It is called normal reaction. Normal reaction. So normal reaction is 10 Newton. This weight of body, it will try to bring this block in downward direction. So ये है weight which acts in downward direction. तो weight tends to move block downward, so friction will oppose its downward motion. As I told you earlier, friction always opposes the motion. बॉडी नीचे जाना चाहती है, फ्रिक्शन इसको नीचे जाने से रोकेगा. सो फॉर इक्विलिब्रियम दिस फोर्स ऑफ फ्रिक्शन शुड बी इक्वल टू वेट. सो फ्रिक्शन शुड बी इक्वल टू वेट, and friction is mu into normal reaction. Mu is given, normal reaction is 10 Newton, it will be equal to applied force, so it comes out 2 Newton. Then what is the maximum value of F such that block does not move? This block will not move if friction is equal to horizontal force. This force is making 60-degree angle, mass given, and coefficient of friction between block and the surface equal to 1 upon root 3. Split this force F into rectangular components. This is F cos theta, cos 60, sorry. This is F sin 60. This is weight of the block. This is normal reaction. Again I would like to tell you, this is the force जो ये ब्लॉक लगाएगा सरफेस के ऊपर. this ऐसे it will push downward this table or surface. Then this surface will push body in upward direction. This is normal reaction, and this is the force which is exerted by the block on the टेबल. सो इस फोर्स को विच इज़ योर वेट, इसको मैंने यहाँ दिखा दिया नीचे, और ये जो नॉर्मल रिएक्शन है इसको यहाँ से उठा के यहाँ दिखा दिया. नाउ फ्रिक्शन इज इक्वल टू एफ cos 60. I'm sorry. This force, one component of this force F sin theta, it acts in downward direction. तो नीचे की तरफ टेबल के ऊपर दो फोर्सेस होगी, एक तो हो गया mg और सेकेंड इज दिस कंपोनेंट, दिस विल आल्सो act on the table in downward direction. So mg plus f sin theta, this is the total force acting in downward direction. एंड जितनी टोटल फोर्स है उतना ही रिएक्शन ऊपर की तरफ होगा. तो दिस एन विल बी इक्वल टू एम जी प्लस एफ साइन 60. आई रिपीट, देयर आर टू फोर्सेस apart from mg, there is one more force f sin theta which is acting in downward direction. For equilibrium of this block, अपवर्ड या वर्टिकली अपवर्ड फोर्सेस किसके बराबर होनी चाहिए, सम ऑफ फोर्सेस एक्टिंग इन डाउनवर्ड डायरेक्शन. सो यू नो फ्रिक्शन इज इक्वल टू म्यू इनटू नॉर्मल रिएक्शन. हियर दिस नॉर्मल रिएक्शन इज इक्वल टू एम जी प्लस एफ साइन 60. सो ये फोर्स इट इज ट्राइंग टू मूव ब्लॉक और इन हॉरिजॉन्टल डायरेक्शन. ये नहीं कटेगी, ये ब्लॉक को आगे ले जाना चाहेगी और फ्रिक्शन इसको आगे जाने से रोकेगा. सो दिस इज इन बैकवर्ड डायरेक्शन. सो ब्लॉक विल रिमेन एट रेस्ट इफ एफ फ्रिक्शन इज इक्वल टू एफ cos 60. एफ इज इक्वल टू म्यू इनटू नॉर्मल रिएक्शन. नॉर्मल रिएक्शन इज इक्वल टू हमारा यहाँ पे म्यू, it is mg plus f sin 60. एक ये फोर्स, एक ये फोर्स. Now substitute value of m, it is given root 3 g, let me take equal to 10. f निकालना है मुझे, sin 60 root 3 by 2. f कैलकुलेट करना है, cos 60 1 by 2. Calculate, it will be 20 Newton. So 20 न्यूटन अगर ये फोर्स होगी, दिस ब्लॉक विल नॉट मूव. अनदर वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग क्वेश्चन, फाइंड एक्सेलरेशन ऑफ ए एंड बी इमीडिएटली व्हेन स्ट्रिंग इज कट. दिस इज स्प्रिंग, ये यहाँ से लटका रखा है एंड इट इज स्ट्रिंग. दिस स्ट्रिंग इज कट, string between A and B is cut. So body B will fall down. Calculate acceleration of body B and acceleration of body A. Downward force acting on this spring is equal to 3 mg. 2 mg plus mg. 3 mg force is acting on the spring in downward direction. This is the force acting on the spring, 3 mg. And tension in the spring ऊपर की तरफ, this is also equal to 3 mg. When this string is cut, the only force acting on B is mg in downward direction, which is because of earth. So according to Newton law, F is equal to ma, and from here acceleration is equal to F by m. So acceleration of B is equal to force on B upon its mass. The force on B is mg, mass of B is m, so acceleration of B is g. Now acceleration of A. इसके ऊपर जो फोर्स लग रही है दैट इज इक्वल टू 2 mg इसके ऊपर अर्थ ने लगा रखी है mg इसके ऊपर, तो टोटल फोर्स जो इस स्प्रिंग को नीचे की तरफ खींच रही है दैट इज 3 mg। आई रिपीट, इस पॉइंट को 3 mg फोर्स से नीचे खींचा जा रहा है स्प्रिंग को। You can say total mass suspended is 2 mg, 2m plus m, 3m. So force acting in downward direction is 3 mg when this string is not cut. When string is cut, ये ही फोर्स नीचे की तरफ लगेगी, इट विल बी ओनली 2 mg। अगर ये काट दिया जाए तो डाउनवर्ड फोर्स इज 2 mg, और ऊपर की तरफ जो फोर्स थी वो कितनी थी, दैट विल बी 3 mg। तो वी कैन से जब नहीं काटा था तो इतनी फोर्स लग रही थी ऊपर की तरफ, इसके ऊपर, इस ब्लॉक के ऊपर ये 3 mg है, तो ये भी कितनी है, 3 mg इज द फोर्स एक्टिंग इन अपवर डायरेक्शन व्हेन इट इज़ नॉट कट। आई अगेन रिपीट, ये इस पॉइंट को 3 mg फोर्स से नीचे पुल किया जा रहा है, और ये स्प्रिंग जो है इन दोनों को 3 mg से ऊपर। नाउ व्हेन इट इज़ कट, स्ट्रिंग इज कट, तो ओनली डाउनवर्ड फोर्स इज 2 mg, ये तो हट गया, तो ऊपर की तरफ भी कितनी रह जाएगी, 2 mg। सो वी कैन से पहले 3 mg थी, काटने से पहले 3 mg और उसके बाद 2 mg, तो नेट फोर्स एक्टिंग ऑन दिस ब्लॉक ए इन अपर डायरेक्शन इज mg divided by mass of this block. So it is 2m, so it gives g by 2. Before cutting string, downward force was 3 mg in upward direction. काटने के बाद upward force रह जाएगी 2 mg. So increase in upward force is 3 mg minus 2 mg is equal to mg. So mg divided by mass of B is acceleration of A. Now machine gun fires a bullet of mass 40 gram with a velocity 1200 meter per second. A man holding it can exert a maximum force of 144 Newton. How many bullets can he fire per second? See, we know force is equal to dp by dt. This is change in momentum in 1 second. So according to Newton law, force is equal to change in momentum in 1 second. You can see here dt second में change in momentum is dp. 1 second में change in momentum is dp by dt. So this is change in momentum in 1 second. When bullet is fired, mass of gun will decrease. Initially the bullet was inside the gun. When it is fired, bullet बाहर निकल गई, mass decrease हुआ. So we know momentum is mv. If mass of gun decreases, then momentum of gun will also decrease. If m is mass of bullet, v is speed of bullet, तो इतना मोमेंटम होगा बुलेट का। तो जैसे इसका मोमेंटम अगर बुलेट का सपोज 10 kg मीटर पर सेकेंड है, दिस इज द मोमेंटम ऑफ बुलेट। सो ये मोमेंटम, इतना मास कम हो गया तो इतना मोमेंटम चेंज हो गया। पहले 0 था तो अब इसका मोमेंटम 0 से इतना कम हो गया। ना अगर 2 बुलेट्स जाती है तो चेंज इन या डिक्रीज इन मोमेंटम इतनी। 3 बुलेट 1 सेकेंड में निकलती है, देन चेंज इन मोमेंटम इन 1 सेकेंड इज इक्वल टू दिस। ये है चेंज इन मोमेंटम, दिस इज 2 बुलेट्स पर सेकेंड। सो ये है मोमेंटम में चेंज जब 1 बुलेट निकलती है। अगर 2 बुलेट 1 सेकेंड में निकलती है तो चेंज इन मोमेंटम इन 1 सेकेंड इज mv इंटू 2 बुलेट्स पर सेकेंड। अगर 3 है तो ये आएगा, दिस इज चेंज इन मोमेंटम इन 1 सेकेंड, दिस इज बुलेट पर सेकेंड, 1 सेकेंड में 3 बुलेट फायर करी जाती है। तो एक का मोमेंटम से 10 kg, सिंपली यू टेक एक का मोमेंटम 10, तो 3 बुलेट फायर करी 1 सेकेंड में इन 1 सेकेंड, so change in momentum is 30 unit in 1 second, so this is equal to force. So let us suppose n bullets are fired in 1 second, so decrease in momentum या change in momentum in 1 second will be momentum of one bullet multiplied by number of bullets fired in 1 second. So from here n is equal to F upon mv. You substitute value of F, it is 144. Mass of bullet, it is given equal to 40 gram. 40 gram means 0.04 kg. Velocity 1200 meter per second, and this force is 144 Newton. Newton means kg meter second minus 2. It will give you 3 bullets per second. So this is value of n. Now another question, last. There are 5 links in a chain. Each link is of mass 0.1 kg. And this chain is lifted in upward direction with acceleration equal to 1.2 meter per second square. The force of interaction between the top link and that below it is, ये निकालें. Now we know F is equal to ma. It is net force. So let us suppose हमने इसके ऊपर F फोर्स लगाई अपवर्ड डायरेक्शन में, और ये 5 हैं, एक का भार m, तो इन सब का भार 5 mg. दिस इज इक्वल टू मास 5 m इंटू ए. यू कैन से कि ये मैं इनको ये मान के चल रहा हूँ कि दिस इज़ अ बॉडी ऑफ मास 5m. इसके ऊपर फोर्स F लगाई ऊपर की तरफ, और नीचे की तरफ फोर्स इट विल बी 5 mg. एक्सेलरेशन ऊपर की तरफ, सो टोटल फोर्स या रिजल्टेंट फोर्स एक्टिंग ऑन द ब्लॉक इज F minus 5 mg इक्वल टू मास ऑफ दिस इंटू एक्सेलरेशन. तो मास m के बजाय इट इज 5m. So it gives us F, the upward force applied, this is equal to 5.5 Newton. You can calculate it. Now force of interaction between top link and this link which is immediately below it. When this force F is applied, system will move in upward direction. ये इस लिंक को नीचे की तरफ खींच रहे हैं. द फोर्स ऑन इट, जो ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स है, दैट इज mg एक्टिंग ऑन इट. और ये जो सारे नीचे वाले हैं हमारे, ये दे आर अल्सो पुलिंग इट डाउन, इस ऊपर वाले, सबसे ऊपर वाले लिंक को. दिस इज द फोर्स विच इज अप्लाइड बाय अस ऑन दिस टॉप मोस्ट लिंक. ये है इसके ऊपर फोर्स जो अर्थ ने लगाई, एंड ऑल दीज लिंक्स, ये 1 2 3 4, दिस 4 लिंक्स आर एक्सर्टिंग डाउनवर्ड फोर्स ऑन इट, से इट इज इक्वल टू स्मॉल f. तो दिस फोर्स इज टू बी कैलकुलेटेड. इट्स मास इज m. So write its equation of motion. Acceleration is a, so according to this law, resultant force on this is equal to F upward. नीचे की तरफ एक mg है और एक फोर्स और है नीचे की तरफ, that is small f. सो ये है अपवर्ड फोर्स एंड ये है दोनों डाउनवर्ड फोर्सेस. दिस इज इक्वल टू इट्स मास into acceleration. So from here F can be calculated. It is equal to F minus mg minus F is ma. इस F को इधर ले जाइए आप. So this is F minus mg minus ma is equal to F small f. तो substitute values you will get small f. It will equal to 4.4 Newton. So with this, laws of motion is over. So next chapter is work energy power. That chapter is very easy, so we will start it probably tomorrow. So thank you for watching.